All right, everyone, let's get started. I'm Alex, your safety officer, and I want to be the first to say welcome to the team. Now, I know your first day is a total whirlwind of new faces, new names, and a ton of information, but I need you to tune everything else out for the next few minutes, because what we're about to cover, it's not just some company policy. It's the stuff that's going to keep you and everyone around you safe. Okay, let's just get right to it. Before you touch a single tool, before you worry about a deadline, you have one job that is more important than anything else you will do here. And it's pretty simple, actually. It's to go home at the end of the day in the exact same shape you came in. Your safety, well, that's priority number one. It's more important than any task, any schedule. End of story. And this slide, this really gets to the core of it all. Look, we can give you the best, most expensive, top-of-the-line equipment, but none of it, not a single piece, works without you. Your eyes, your ears, your good judgment, and your choice to do things the right way, that is the most important safety tool in this entire building. So let's talk about that gear. You're going to hear the term PPE a lot. It just stands for personal protective equipment, and it's your first line of defense against pretty much everything. Think of it as your personal armor. We're going to build that protection from the ground up, literally. Let's start at the top. Your safety helmet. Anytime you walk into an area that's marked as a hard hat zone, this thing is on your head, no debate. Why? Well, just look up. We've got conduits, panels, and equipment moving around. This helmet is what stands between your head and a falling tool or an accidental bump. It's simple, but it is an absolute lifesaver. All right, now down to your feet. These steel-toed safety shoes are going to become your new best friends. They're specifically designed to protect your feet from being crushed or punctured. And when you're working around heavy carts, hoists, or stacked materials like you see here, these boots are the only thing that's going to save you from a really, really bad day. And listen, this isn't just me talking. This is a direct quote from someone who works right here. My safety shoes took the hit. I went home with a bruised boot, not a crushed foot. That happened in a split second, but because they were wearing the right gear, they walked away. This is exactly why we're so serious about this stuff. It really, truly works. But here's the deal. None of this gear can protect you if it doesn't fit right. A helmet that's wobbling around on your head, or boots that are pinching your feet, that's not just uncomfortable, it's a hazard. It can throw off your balance, or just flat out fail when you need it most. So if any piece of your gear doesn't feel right, you need to tell someone. We'll get it fixed right away. Next up, your hands. Now, I want you to think of gloves as highly specialized tools, okay? Because grabbing the wrong pair is almost as bad as wearing none at all. If you're near anything electrical, you need the insulated rubber ones, period. Handling chemicals, you'll need nitrile or PVC to keep them off your skin. Using a grinder or dealing with sharp edges, it has to be reinforced leather. Making sure you have the right glove for the job isn't a suggestion, it's a rule. Now, for anyone who will be working up high, this harness is your lifeline, and you have to treat it like one. Every single time before you put it on, you do this 4-step check. 1. Run your hands over the straps. Are there any cuts or frays? 2. Check all the metal parts, the buckles, the D-rings. Any cracks? 3. Put it on and make sure it's snug. And 4. Double, then triple check that your lanyards and connectors are secure. Don't ever rush this. Your life is literally hanging on these straps. Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about what I call high-energy zones. This is just my term for any area or any tool that involves serious electrical or mechanical power. In these zones, the stakes are just higher. A small mistake can have much bigger consequences. So take a look at these tools. When you go to pick up a grinder or a power drill, what are the two main dangers that should immediately pop into your head? Just think about it for a sec. The first one is electrical shock from the power source. And the second one is mechanical injury, from the part that spins or cuts. You got to respect both of those dangers every single time. And that leads us to some rock-solid rules for electrical safety. Number 1, before you plug anything in, look at the cable. If you see any damage, any exposed wires, that tool is out of commission. Don't use it. Number 2, water and electricity don't mix. Never use this equipment with wet hands. And finally, part of your job today is to find the emergency shutoff buttons in your work area. And you need to make sure that the space in front of these electrical panels is always kept clear. Now, welding, that's a whole different ballgame. You've got intense light that can damage your eyes, you've got sparks flying, you've got fumes. It's a unique environment, so it requires its own set of gear. A proper welding helmet, heavy-duty gloves, and a protective apron are mandatory. There are absolutely no exceptions to that rule. All right, let's talk about the warehouse and storage areas. Moving heavy materials around, whether you're doing it by hand or using equipment, comes with its own set of rules. It's all about being aware of your surroundings. Look at this. The difference between these two pictures is the difference between a normal workday and a serious accident. It might seem like common sense, but you would be surprised how many injuries come from stuff that's just not stacked right. It's simple. Heavy stuff goes on the bottom. Keep the piles stable and don't go too high. And the most important thing, aisles, exits, and safety equipment have to be clear. Always. No excuses. When you're using a hoist or a cart, you've got to know the basics. Know how much weight it can handle, keep your loads centered and balanced, and move at a slow, controlled speed. But out of all the rules, there is one that you can never, ever break. Do not ever stand or walk underneath a load that is suspended in the air. Ever. Woof! I know, it's a lot to take in. So let's try to boil it all down. I want to give you a really simple checklist, something you can mentally run through at the start of every single shift to put all this stuff into practice. This is your personal safety promise. First, do a quick head-to-toe check of your PPE. Second, give your tools and your workspace a quick scan for any obvious hazards. Third, know where your nearest exit and first aid station are. And these last two are the most important. If you are not 100% sure how to do something, you ask. And if you see something that looks unsafe, you have the full authority and my full support to stop what you're doing. Okay, quick pop quiz, just to make sure you're all with me. What is the absolute number one first thing you do before you use any power tool? I'll give you a second. You got it. You inspect it for damage, especially that power cord. Perfect. And I want to leave you with this thought. At the end of the day, you are responsible for your safety. It's about the choices you make every minute. But you're not in this alone, not at all. Safety here is a team sport. It's a promise we all make to look out for each other. So let's get out there and have a safe day. Welcome aboard, everyone.